2019 Road Special that American Hardbag has fixed for me. So it was real important to me to have a sound system on my Harley, because I'm a musician and music means a lot to me. It's a part of the experience, the writing experience, and for me, it can't just be loud. It has to be true, and it has to be honest to the music that I'm listening to. And again, as a musician, it's real important to me that it be a good system, and that's why I'm here, to get the best system that's out there.
Hey, it's Jesse with American Hardbag. We are here with Baron's bike today. Just got done putting some of the Razor 10-inch woofers in there, the SoundSkins kit to keep the rattles down, keep the bass in the bag except where it's supposed to come out. We got the Velocity 6x9s, carbon fiber cone, waterproof. Sitting in a cut-in kit. We've got the Silk Dome tweeters up top. Sound nice and smooth, but they're still really loud. Then up front, we've got the Hertz MPK components with the American Hardbag tweeter bridge to keep it all clean up top. This whole system is really punchy, really smooth, really loud, really easy to tune in comparison to all the horn-loaded systems. Not quite as loud as a horn-loaded system, but it is way easier to tune and honestly sounds better. This bike has a Diamond HXM 800.4, a Diamond Micro 2, a DSR1, and a one-off Rob tune on it. So it sounds phenomenal from a block away, but it sounds perfect from that rider's seat.
For me, a smooth system that's not offensive to the ear. I mean, anybody can make a system that's loud. A loud isn't necessarily good. So, and it also has to be a part of the music you're listening to, or the songs you're listening to, because all different genres take a different EQ and what have you. So the adjustability of this bike and the music that I listen to, they've made it very simple for me. And I listen to all genres of music, so it's real important to me that I can quick adjustment and that it sounds good and non-offensive. And this is a very smooth, tight sounding system.
This bike's best experience from the rider's seat.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get out of your way, go ahead and hop on there.
Yeah, the separation is amazing.
Isn't it?
It's crazy.
Go ahead
So originally, I was just Googling, looking for subwoofers for my original system that came in the bike, and I came across American Hardbag, so I gave them a call, and we started talking about potentially what they could do to make this bike as good as it could be, and started talking with Tim and Jesse and Nicole, and they led me to bring the bike down. We put a pretty big system in at the time, and since technology changed and products have changed, we decided to upgrade, and that's exactly what we did. We upgraded.
So we've been going really hard on figuring out the in-depth details of the factory radio.
Okay.
So we're now able to take advantage of some of the stuff that these things do that nobody else is using.
There are actually some really cool equalization techniques that are built right into the factory radio that an aftermarket radio wouldn't have.
Okay.
When you go down in the volume, it actually optimizes the equalization for lower volumes. And when you go up in volume, it flattens that equalization out to save the speakers and allow it to really scream, without killing the speakers.
Okay.
And then it also contours the higher frequencies when you get to the extreme volumes, so that it doesn't sound so harsh, it sounds more natural. Because your ears become more sensitive at certain frequencies above a certain volume. Anyways, the tone controls on this, I specifically set up the equalization we added on top of the factory radio so that those tone controls are very usable.
Okay.
So feel free to go ahead and use them. The treble in particular.
Yeah. Does it sound amazing when I got it last? I mean, I'd never heard anything like that on a motorcycle ever.
Cool.
So, and anybody I showed it to, that was their response. I mean, I took it in. I'm a contractor. Took it in. I rode it into the lumber yard, and these guys are just coming out of the building going for it. So anyway, they're all lowrider guys that got killer cars with all these big systems in it. They were impressed. So for me, I'm a contractor and musician, so it's, skill, perfection, quality work is real important, especially when it's on something that I'm going to be writing or I have. And after talking with Jesse and meeting Nicole and Tim, and obviously Rob, I knew what I was going to get. And this second system was as good as the first, better than the first. And the quality is unheard of. I've not seen this kind of work before. I have a boat and I have all kinds of other things that I have stereo systems in, and this is the best work I think I've ever seen.
So you got all the sound skins in there now.
Okay.
The new 10s, these things are way more durable than the old 8s.
Yeah.
So we went with the new Velocity 6x9s, carbon fiber cones. It's all waterproof stuff. Can I close it? So we've got the silk dome tweeters on top, pointed up now. We've revised all of our mounts and stuff, so you're going to get better sound out of that. Rob went crazy on the adjustments to your DSP.
Okay.
The imaging on your bike is like none that I've ever encountered.
I think it's important to talk about too is that obviously when you buy a Harley, it comes with a system. And so you get the bike and you listen to it. And again, as a musician, it just wasn't what I needed it to be. And I took it to a local stereo shop in my area and had them put a new system in it. And it still wasn't even close to where I had hoped it would be. And that's how I started searching and ended up finding American Hardback. And I think it also is important to say that, you know, they brought it up here. They did my first system, did an amazing job, second to none. I bring it up here, and I haven't had a chance to really experience this one yet, but from what I've heard already, it's incredible. And as I walk in, Jesse and Rob are kind of going over the top, outside of the scope of the project. You know, we had a dollar amount in mind, so that's the value. And I get here, and they're well above that value already. They're already doing things outside of the scope, and I just appreciate the effort because it's perfection is what they're looking for. They're looking to give you, how do you qualify value? So for me, it's always, there's money involved, of course, but when you're getting exactly what you want, sometimes it's not necessarily about the cost. And frankly, opposed to some of the other systems that I've had that cost similar amounts of money, not even close. Not even close to what you get for the money here. I think it's important for me, you know, here we are 2.5 years, almost 3 years later, I'm back in American Hardback, and I make a call so I can upgrade, and I'm dealing with the same people that were here originally. And to me as a business owner, that says so much. You know, I'm talking to Nicole again, she goes and retrieves Tim so I can have a conversation with him. I have a nice conversation with Rob, and Jesse's been in contact with me over the last 3 years about everything they've done for me, and always willing to make it right and make it as good or better. And having those good conversations. But to me, it says a lot about the company. You've got the same people working and they're growing in a time where it's really hard to grow a business. And I just think it's amazing. And I'm their biggest fan.